Hey you, how's it going? That light above the oven's broken again, by the way. I couldn't remember. Do you have to work overtime again tonight, hun?
Oh no, not again. Dom, you've got to stop letting the steam get up in there. You know it damages the electrics. I'm all right. Tired though. It feels like today will never end. Yeah, that's the plan. It would be nice to finish on time for a change. Lately, I've been completely swamped with work. You're same as usual, aren't you? Seeing as you have the time, could you grab the laundry out of the dryer and fold it up for me, like I showed you how to do?
Oops, sorry. Yep, that's right. But you'll be home late tonight, won't you? Okay, I guess I'll do it. It can be my payback for you cooking dinner last time. It's just that I was wondering about what I should do.
Oh, what's up? Is something the matter?
Well, I'm off tomorrow, so I thought it would be nice to make the most of my time and do something fun. But if you're not there, then even if I get home early, there's like nothing to do.
How about you go out for dinner with your friends every now and then? You were saying to me the other day that you could do with having someone else around, besides me, to hang out with when I can't make it over. Lately, you've just been playing your games all the time, and I don't think it's very good for you to be doing that. You know I don't want to be a nagging wife, but I have been telling you that a lot, haven't I?
I know. It's just that there's a game series I've been a fan of for so long. The newest version has just come out and everything. You can't expect me to not play it.
But it's not really good to shut yourself inside all day long. At least limit the time you play and do something a bit more social or some exercise or whatever. You're going to get out of shape and become a couch potato if you carry on like this.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm starting to get fed up with that game anyway. I got stuck on this kind of boring level that takes forever, and if I die, I go right back to the start, so it's getting tedious and all. I'll try and make more of an effort to get out of the house. At least now the weather's got warmer, I can go out without freezing my butt off.
That's the spirit, babe. Even if it's just for a short while. I guarantee you'll feel glad you made the effort. And don't worry about me, please. I'm happy if you're happy. I just want you to enjoy yourself. After all, it's been a long time since you went out to eat. When was it? Valentine's Day, right? That was so long ago.
Now that you mention it, you're right. Thanks again for paying, by the way. I really thought I'd brought my wallet with me. Okay, you've twisted my arm. I'll go eat out more from now on. Maybe check out that burger joint that opened last month. I heard they do bottomless drink refills.
Glad to hear it. I hope you have a good time. Don't go too mad on the soda, though.
Don't you have the day off of work the day after tomorrow? What are you gonna do after going to see the wedding venue? It'll be pretty early in the day still. We'd still have hours of free time. Where do you want to go after that? Like shopping or something?
I'm not sure myself, really. There's nothing I desperately need to buy right now, so the mall's out. Ooh, shall we go see that space disaster movie you showed me the trailer for? It must be showing at the downtown multiplex by now, and I still have that 2-for-1 voucher somewhere on my phone.
Probably best not to go to that, actually.
Really? Why? Are you sure? To be honest, I wasn't expecting you to be so dismissive. Weren't you actually counting down the days from like a month before it came out? Didn't you tell me you wanted to see it over and over?
Well, I did, but the thing is, a guy from work saw it a couple of days ago. And he told me that he wasn't all that impressed. Like, the special effects are a little shonky and the acting isn't great. And the ending is kind of corny and predictable, apparently. So that kind of put me off.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you'd at least want the ending to be good. That must be a bit of a bummer for you after having been so hyped up and building it up in your head. I was kind of getting interested in seeing it as well, to be honest. The lead actor is normally in some pretty good movies. He doesn't normally choose duds, so I figured it must be worth going to see.
Oh well, these things happen though. It's not like it's the end of the world or anything. All those live-action remakes of animations that get hyped up like crazy tend to be made pretty badly and the fans get really upset. Yeah, I was excited for it too, so it's a disappointment. But if he said it was bad, it probably was. I mean, he tends to know kind of a lot about the movies, and he watches all the film critic videos on YouTube.
If that's how you feel, I'm not going to force you or anything. There's no point going if you're not into it anymore. It wouldn't be fun for either of us.
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't think that you were interested at all. Let's go if you want to, and forget what I just said now.
It's just that you're always putting my needs first regarding the wedding prep, and I really appreciate it. I'd like to do something for you for a change. I think you're neglecting yourself lately and concentrating too much on my needs. You need to look after yourself too. Do you see what I mean? I hope I make sense.
Oh, well, my hobbies are all a bit dull, really. I mean, I like them, but to other people, they're probably super boring. And even if I were to pick somewhere for us to go, then I don't think there's anywhere in particular that comes to mind. I kind of like just being at home, chilling out and stuff. That's my jam.
Oh, but that reminds me, I just saw something you might like. It said on my news feed here that game that you play a lot, the one that's set in Roman times, is doing a crossover cafe type pop-up. Would you like to check that out?
No way, Caesar's Empire? Really? I didn't realize it had already started. I thought it would be like in a couple of months. But it would be so unbelievably boring for you if I dragged you along.
Hey, that's not true. I think it could be interesting. I like history, after all. Whatever floats your boat. I want to find out more about your interests so I can understand them better, and also see you enjoying yourself. Let's both go together. It's been too long since we've done anything non-wedding related for fun.
Huh? Are you serious? There's gonna be people cosplaying and everything. But if you're really okay with it, then sure.
I am. Right, it's a date. Oh, I better get back to work before someone notices and tells me off. Only a couple more hours to go, then freedom. So, I'll see you in a couple days, okay?
Alright. See you later. Don't work too hard.
Thanks. Bye for now. Keep out of trouble.
Wow, that was so awesome. There were a lot of people though. We're lucky we got in. Send me photos of the drinks, okay? They looked so cool. Thanks a lot for coming along with me and for queuing all that time.
Think nothing of it. I had a good time too. That drink turned my tongue bright purple for the rest of the day though. I didn't notice until we got home, so everyone who saw me must have thought I had a weird disease or something. But it was all worth it because I got to see a side of you that you don't normally show me. You're giddy with excitement.
Oops, I got a bit overexcited, didn't I? Looking back, it was all a bit cringy. Sorry if I showed you up. I'm just really into that stuff and there aren't normally events near us.
Oh no, you did nothing of the sort. Everyone around you was the same way, if not worse. I was getting pretty sucked into it myself. You were exactly like a kid in a candy store, though.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you did seem to be enjoying it more than I expected you to. Even though you've never actually played the game yourself. It must have all seemed pretty alien to you, right?
You'd think so, but actually I think I kinda got it. After all, don't forget that I've seen you playing that game for hours on end, haven't I? I should be an expert by now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess since the apartment is so small, you didn't really have anywhere else to sit when I was playing. There were times when I could feel you staring at me from behind, so to be honest, it was a bit hard to concentrate on what I was doing. And because of that, it would take me much longer than usual to clear all the levels.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize I was putting you off when I sat there. I tried not to say anything in order to let you concentrate. I just thought the characters looked cute and all. Like that girl with a pink dress and bunny ears. Though what she was doing in a game set in ancient Rome, I have no idea. How would you feel if I tried playing sometime? You could teach me.
Are you serious? I said before, I really don't think you'd be much good at it.
Is it really such a difficult game to play? I beat you at air hockey that time when we went bowling. Remember that?
That was totally different. You're hardly what anyone could call a gamer, right? When was the last time you actually played online? Never, right?
Well, I don't suppose I've ever really done anything like that.
I've been playing for a long time now, so I'm pretty much a pro by now. You can't just suddenly get good at doing these things, and you're too fragile. You'll lose straight away the first few times and then get discouraged and give up and storm off in a huff. Most girls are like that, so I wouldn't let it get you down. There are people out there who get so disheartened it messes them up, and I wouldn't want to see you get upset.
Oh, is that right? I guess you know best when it comes to these things. Well, I suppose there are some pretty difficult games out there, but if they weren't difficult, then they wouldn't be much of a challenge.
Yeah, that's true. It's a matter of inbuilt skill, though. I don't think that you'd pick it up. Anyways, aren't you always preoccupied enough with other stuff? Like the wedding planning and your family? I hope your dad's feeling better after his fall. Surely you don't have time to be playing games. What, with work and everything, you must be swamped.
I know. Things are kind of hectic, aren't they? I don't know whether I'm coming or going. There's so much to do. I just figured it would be nice for us to share a hobby, as a couple and everything. Can you see where I'm coming from? Sorry if it sounds silly.
I appreciate the sentiment, but there is no need to put yourself out for me. We may be into different scenes, but before long, we'll be sharing the rest of our lives together. We're gonna be having plenty in common with each other. Not just things like hobbies.
Alright, I see your point. I'm sorry if I'm going on and on. Oh, my dad's just calling me, so I'll talk to you later, okay? And don't stay up too late playing those games. You know you'll feel rotten in the morning.
Yep, okay, I'll try to get an early night. But before bed, I'll just play a couple of rounds. I've got some challenges left to complete that shouldn't take too long. Good night.
Sweet dreams. Sorry it's taken me a while to get back to you. I had to stay with my dad at the hospital for longer than expected. Seems like we were waiting forever to go in, but it turned out the doctor hadn't come in till late, so there were a lot of patients waiting. Luckily, I'd brought a gardening magazine for Dad, and I could finish up a report to kill time. And he was pretty tired afterwards, so I stayed at his for a bit and made him a late lunch. He perked up after he had a cup of tea and some ham sandwiches.
Oh no, don't worry about it. As long as he's okay, just take as long as you need. Is your dad okay?
Oh yeah, he's doing all right. Well, for now, there's talk of him being admitted as a precaution. So we'll see how that plays out. I obviously don't want him in there, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
What? You mean he'll be staying in the hospital? Oh man, I didn't realize it was like that. Is it serious?
No, it's just so he can have some scans done. He's in his 70s now, so they're just following procedures. It'll be for the best. He's prone to pushing himself too far, and he wouldn't tell me himself if he didn't feel right.
I'm impressed he's still working in that barber shop. I expected him to retire 5 years ago, but he seems to love to keep busy. Do you think I should try to go see him sometime as well? Take some chocolates or flowers or something?
Stop fretting. He's not quite at that point yet. He wouldn't want to think he'd worry you either. Knowing my dad, he would probably just end up feeling guilty and awkward.
But as your fiancé, I think it's the least I can do. It looks pretty bad if he knows that I know all about his state and yet don't show any concern for him. I don't want to give him that impression from so early on.
I keep telling you, there's no need to worry about it. But I've got to think about Mom too. She's trying way too hard to put on a brave face, and I need to be there to comfort her and give her lots of hugs. I'm the one who should be apologizing, as I can't come to your place and spend time with you.
Hey, don't let that bother you. I'm totally fine here on my own. Right now, you need to think about your dad's health and your mom's well-being. Those are the most important things.
I really am sorry about all this.
Hey, stop apologizing. And anyway, this weekend there's a big gaming event on. I can just play games all day to pass the time. If anything, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, games yet again?
Hey, lighten up, it was just a joke.
I don't suppose that means you've been trying to follow my advice.
Does it show? I thought that if I put it like that, you wouldn't notice. You know, because I care about your feelings and all.
Oh, thank you, babe. It means a lot to hear you say that.
There's honestly no need to worry about me. Right now, you need to focus on your parents instead and make sure to take good care of them.
Yeah, especially since I don't have any other siblings who can help out. Thanks for being there for me.
Once things have calmed down, you can drop me a message, okay? But in the meantime, just do what you need to. I can take care of myself. Remember to let them know from me that I hope your dad gets better real soon.
Sure, I will. Thanks again.
Like I've already said 100 times, I'll be totally fine. Okay, let's talk whenever you're able to again. Bye.
Yep, okay. I'll see you when I see you. Hey, I am so sorry to bother you so early. It's just that Dad's been admitted to hospital again, and I'll likely have quite a lot on my plate, as if it wasn't busy enough already.
Huh? Oh, really? Wow, that's a shock. Is he being admitted so he can have more tests and things done again?
Oh, well, it's a bit different this time, to be honest.
So that means he's going in for real? But why?
They're suspecting he has cancer. But it's still in the early stages. Lucky it got caught so quickly. Mom was always pushing him to get checked out if he ever felt like something was wrong, but he actually listened to her this time. So he'll probably be okay. At least that's what I want to think.
Are you actually serious? He has cancer? Is it really that bad?
Yes, it is.
I'm doing perfectly alright here, so put me out of your mind. Just spend as much time as you can with your dad while you can.
Thanks. Will do.
Your mom must be really feeling like she's been hit by a freight train right now. It must be super tough on her. I can't even imagine what she's going through.
I think you're taking the news worse than any of us. But really, things are okay over here. I mean, of course it's a shock, but we're staying strong. The doctor even tried to reassure us, and I think she knows what she's talking about. I don't think she'd fill us with false hope on purpose. Do you?
But it's really not okay though. Even with all the medical advances that are happening all the time, it's still cancer. You know, the big C that everyone dreads. I'd really be freaking out if it were me.
I know, it sounds scary. But it doesn't help you getting all worked up. I end up feeling anxious too as a result.
Oh, no, I'm sorry if I upset you. I didn't mean to. But hey, you know, my granddad was diagnosed with cancer too, and he didn't last long after that. So you can understand why I'm a bit, you know.
Oh, I see. Sorry for making light of it as well. Even though the doctor was reassuring, it's really weighing on my mind.
Yeah, totally. You never know what might happen.
But I really do think that ultimately Dad will get through this. But at the very least, we'll have to alter the wedding plans to accommodate for everything. It'll only be a slight delay, I think, but it's necessary.
Absolutely. The wedding stuff is all trivial anyway. Delaying it isn't an issue at all. We can get married anytime. There's no need to rush. We'll just reschedule. As long as we do it in the end, what's the problem?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm 100% happy with being sidelined, honest. Your family is more important than anything. I feel so useless though. I wish there was something at all I could do to help.
I know. I feel better knowing you're supporting me. That's more than enough. Apologies for worrying you like that.
Don't apologize. I consider your mom and dad as my parents too. It's only natural to be so concerned for them.
Yeah, I get that.
Everything's up in the air and mega stressful at the moment. So I'll go and see your parents in person in a bit.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, I won't try to talk you out of it. It's very kind of you, thank you. I'll pass the message on to Dad.
Hang in there, Leah. We need to do everything we can to support your mom now.
Gotcha. If anything happens, I'll be sure to let you know.
Okay, no need to rush. Whenever is fine. I'll be here. Take care and get well soon to your dad. I told you it'll all work out great. People never recover completely from cancer. It just gets worse and worse, or they think it's gone and it comes back. He's a goner. For now, I just need to make sure he sees the wedding ceremony. And then he'll see how much of a dutiful and devoted son-in-law I am. It'll be a pain, but at least I shouldn't have to keep it up for too long as his days are numbered. And once the inheritance has been distributed, I can seek a divorce. Oh man, I'm so sorry. That was supposed to be for one of my gamer friends. I thought I was messaging them instead. But it got sent to you by mistake. So I thought it best to delete everything.
Oh, is that so? I was in the hospital, so I didn't see it. The signal in here is terrible, and to be honest, I didn't have time to check in any case.
Ah, okay. Phew, that's a relief.
Hang on, about that thing you sent, was it something you'd rather I didn't see?
No, it was nothing like that, honest. It was really just a stupid joke that didn't mean anything. I just meant that you're going through such a stressful time lately. So it doesn't help if you're getting weird and confusing WhatsApp messages that don't make any sense. And I didn't want to make the situation any worse than it already is.
I don't know if you'd particularly be making things worse, but now it makes me want to know what you wrote. After you've said all that?
Yeah, I guess it would. But that's what I was saying. I'm not helping by preoccupying your mind with useless thoughts when you need to focus on the important things. I'm really sorry. Just forget about it. But that's what I meant when I said I was relieved. It wasn't even worth seeing.
I see. How are you doing? You're not just sat playing your games every day, are you?
Well, I am. I mean, it's because I can't see you. It's lonely. And you're in the hospital, so it feels wrong to bother you with messages. I'd rather not do that.
Oh, I understand. Sorry for not being able to spend time with you. Is anything the matter, though?
Nope, everything's just fine. Day in, day out, I go to work and come back, eat something, play a game, and sleep. That's it. It's pretty monotonous.
Yeah, it must be, but I'm glad nothing's up with you.
Anyway, enough about me. How's your dad doing? Is he showing any signs of progress?
Yeah, he keeps on keeping on. Things have calmed down somewhat, and Mom's bearing up okay, too.
You say that. But they could well be trying to put a brave face on, even if it means forcing themselves to. Be sure to let them know that they don't need to do that for your sake.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, you're right there.
Saying all that, though, you need to know what would happen in the worst case scenario. How about you try having a chat with them about it?
Worst case scenario?
You know, should your dad... you know...
Oh, yeah, it's always important to be prepared. We've already been discussing it, actually.
He has a life insurance policy and stuff, right? I'll bet it's on the generous side. And don't forget about the inheritance.
Look, I really don't appreciate you talking about money at a time like this. Okay? Cut it out.
But isn't it important? And you can't ignore the house as well, and the holiday home too. That house is far too big for just your mom on her own. It has all those bedrooms and the game room with the pool table. She doesn't need any of that. She'd just end up using like 20% of it or something. There are all kinds of issues like that you need to sort out.
But he hasn't gone anywhere yet.
I am telling you as someone who knows firsthand, that's not the right way to think about it. When it was my granddad, it was such a nightmare. We didn't know who would inherit what. It broke up the family. All we did was fight with each other. Even to this day, my aunt won't talk to my Uncle Stuart because he tried to cheat us all out of getting anything at all.
Wow, sounds like you had a really bad experience.
Well, my case is a bit extreme, I suppose. At least you're an only child. You can just split things with your mom. You probably won't argue much about it.
Sorry, Dom, but Dad's still with us. Don't you think you're being just a little bit insensitive? This isn't the time or a place to be talking about stuff like that.
Sorry if I offended you, but have you ever lost someone? I mean, someone really close to you? You haven't, right? I've had experience of it quite recently, so I can really understand what it's like. And I want to give you advice to make it easier for you to deal with.
Oh, okay. Thanks for your concern, but that concern alone is more than enough. I think about it too, the future and everything.
Yeah, well, it's only natural. You should keep doing that. If you ever feel like talking or anything, you know where I am. Don't hold back.
Got it. I'll let you know straight away. Well, I'll see you later.
Hello, Dominic. Could I have a word with you for a minute? Hey, what's with all the formality? What's up? I'm messaging you on WhatsApp on Leah's behalf. She asked me to, through her tears, of course. What do you mean, she asked you? Who the hell are you? This is Leah's father. Oh, Mr. Hutchins. How are you feeling, sir? I have been so worried about you. Oh, you were concerned for me, were you? It didn't seem like that at all. What do you mean? I told Leah myself on here. I have proof. And I said I'd go visit you. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet because I've been busy. I'll bet you have. Anyways, I'm glad you didn't bother to come over. Oh, sir, I don't think I deserve that. Why would you even say that? That's no way to speak to someone who cares about you so much and holds you in such high regard. Don't you think that you're being a little rude? I don't appreciate that tone. Oh, I am very conscious that you care a lot. You care about my death, for one thing. By which I mean you care about what will happen to my assets. Yes, it's pretty clear that that's been the source of all your concern. Am I correct? Huh? What are you saying? Do you remember that message you sent to my daughter a few days ago? You thought you'd been successful in brushing it off, but she saw everything you wrote. No way. I already explained she got it all wrong. What did she get wrong? Now's your chance to explain it to me right now. In fact, we would both very much like to hear, my wife and I. Go on, we're all ears. No, that's... It's not what you think. What else am I supposed to think? With you saying you'll divorce as soon as you've claimed my money? I did mention separation, but that was because there was this woman who was being a real pain, and I had to say something to get her off my back. Otherwise, she'd never leave me alone. Oh, is that so? And then what? Pray tell. What do you mean, and then what? You say that you'll marry my Leah, and when I die and you get your hands on my estate, you'll divorce her. And straight after that, waste no time in shaking up with that other woman, right? Absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a thing. I am engaged to marry Leah. She's the only person I want to be with. But you will break up with her soon after, won't you? There's no need to do anything so rash. After all, even if you were to marry her and I passed away, there isn't a chance in hell you'd be getting a penny of my money. Why not? That's the way it works if you're a married couple. What belongs to her belongs to me too, and vice versa. There's no keeping things to oneself. The inheritance goes to the person who is eligible to claim it. You're not one of those people, though. You have no right to consider yourself a beneficiary. This is probably the most we've even communicated since we first met. Until now, you've been completely disinterested in us, But now that you have something to gain, you're suddenly oh so concerned. What? Is that right? In any case, there is no way that you are getting married to my daughter. Hell will freeze over before that happens, sonny boy. Huh? Hold on a minute. Why? Why do you say that? I did a bit of research into you and that female friend of yours. All the while Leah has been here by my side, you've been having a jolly good time, haven't you? Not even bothering to go to work, you parasite layabout. Did you plan to spend the rest of your life being a useless couch potato? Yeah, how? How do you know that? You met her through those games that you're so fond of playing, is that correct? So it follows that you weren't really very keen on her trying them out too. And you talked her out of it, even though she said herself that she was interested. No way. It's all a big misunderstanding. Listen to me. That was all very easy to find out. You'll marry her once you have what you want. What a shame for you that I'll be hanging around for another 30 years, messing up your little scheme. Hang on, don't you have cancer? That's what Leah told me. You're really sick in the hospital with cancer. At the time of my diagnosis, Leah told you of the developments. She was very concerned for me, but also for your well-being. So she thought it best to let you know so you understood the situation. How honest she is. But the thing is, after that, you went and put your foot in it and sent all those messages. If you think back, you'll realize that she didn't in reality explain to you what had happened to me. I'm not really following you. I think it will come to you as rather disappointing news that I am not at death's door just yet. What I have is, in fact, prostate cancer. And it's still very early on, so plenty of opportunity for intervention before it progresses. So, you see, things won't pan out the way that you've been gleefully imagining they would. Are you serious? Leah was truly shaken up by your message. Fancy you having your eyes on her and her mom's rightful inheritance. Believe me, I was just joking. I love your daughter with every fiber of my being. I'll do anything for her. I honestly want to get married to her. Spending every day sharing your room with your piece on the side? What a cozy arrangement that must be. Despite the fact that you're so utterly devoted to your fiancé. You're wrong. She's my rock. I always intended to talk to Leah. I just needed to do it when the time was right, and that never really happened. Is that the best excuse that you could muster up? But it's not an excuse, Yes, it's... Do you have a romantic attachment to that other woman? Not even a little bit. If I wasn't wanting to marry Leah, then she would bother me by following me around everywhere. I couldn't stand that. She also threatened me, saying she'd tell Leah everything. She threatened and terrorized me. That's quite a story. Yes, I think I understand. At the beginning, she was just an acquaintance I made through gaming. But before I knew it, she was acting like she was my actual girlfriend. She was just deluded. She even tried to involve Leah in her little drama. Are you done with your tall tales now? Oh, you look awfully desperate with your attempts to deceive me. It's quite amusing, honestly, to see you flailing around like this. I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying. You might be interested to learn that your other woman is standing in front of me as we speak, actually. No way. I've been set up. What is happening? Is this some kind of joke? I'm being serious. I called her over here. I did it in order to ascertain whether you were telling us the truth or not. What is she doing there with you? Oh man, this is messed up. It's become quite clear that you're the one who initiated the relationship. Once you had started seeing each other, you confessed that you had a significant other you were engaged to. But you started dangling in front of her the proposition of marriage and of inheriting my money. She told Leah what had been happening, that she had fallen for you and so inadvertently started courting and apologized profusely for her actions. At least one of you has a conscience, huh? She was lying to you. She's not right in the head. She'll say anything to get attention. Oh, please, don't get fooled by what she says. You're the one who needs to get their head checked out. There is nothing wrong with me. You've got to believe me, not her. Why wouldn't you be satisfied with knowing Leah would be your wife? Why did you feel the need to fool around with young women you find on the net or in your games? And then, to top it all off, how low down and deluded must you be to think that you'd be walking away with my inheritance that my daughter is entitled to? What is going on in that tiny little brain of yours? Well, there will be no wedding. Consider it well and truly cancelled. A scumbag like you will never be fit for my daughter, not in a million years. I would do everything within my power to make sure it never, ever happens. Oh, hey, hear me out, please. This is all just one big misunderstanding. The only mistake I could have made would have been allowing the wedding to go ahead. I'd never forgive myself for that. I'm so glad everything came out to the surface before you tied the knot. Let me tell you. The damage to Leah was at least limited before her life was completely and utterly ruined by you. Yes, it was truly a lucky escape. No, please, sir, have mercy. I swear on my life that I won't ever do anything like this ever again. I am begging you to let me apologize to Leah too. As if I would do such an idiotic thing as that. In any case, she certainly doesn't want to see you. She has made it very clear to me that if she ever lays eyes on your smug, nauseating little face, she'll be compelled to ram your game controller where the sun doesn't shine. I have notified your parents of the situation too, so you can't go crying to them expecting sympathy. They're on their way to the house right now. My parents are going to your house? They've never even met you. Yeah, and might I say that I have no idea where you get your self-serving deviousness from. They have been terribly forthright and helpful in providing us with the information that we were after. They are quite confident that all the blame for this sorry affair lies with you. The only saving grace is the fact that you are still engaged, and it wasn't too late to put a stop to this. So your parents have lost all faith in you. They say they wish to cut you out of their lives for good. What? Just hold on there. You have no right to be saying these things to me. Tell me the truth. I am telling you the truth. You're the only liar here. Like my daughter and myself, they wish to have nothing to do with you ever again. Don't bother trying to call or visit them or even send them a message. They won't answer. You may as well be a stranger to them. Except that if you were a stranger, they would likely be more apathetic towards you. Anyways, it's the only thing that can be done when a son has caused so much wanton destruction and pain to the ones he is supposed to love. You couldn't have hurt them more if you tried. You are the absolute lowest of the low. No way, that is unfair. You have to listen to my side of the story too. There is nothing more that I wish to hear from you. You were cheating on my Leah. That's the bottom line, end of the discussion. But listen to me. You were engaged. Let's not forget that you wasted 4 years of my poor daughter's life. The wedding venue was chosen, invites sent out, the cake reserved, and Leah put her all into making her special day the one she had always dreamt of. Too bad her husband-to-be was such an utter scumbag. We expect you to pay for your affair, of course. You will never utter a single word to, nor come near my daughter ever again, or, mark my words, you will live to regret it. Well, that is to say, you'll be lucky if you do live after that. That is totally going overboard. People have affairs all the time. It's normal. Come on, it was only once or twice. A bit of fooling around that didn't mean anything. Once or twice, you say? That's not what I heard from your lover, or should I say ex-lover. unless each time was extraordinarily prolonged. I know you're lying because she told me that it has been going on for at least 6 months. I've told you over and over again she's the liar. Your dishonesty knows no bounds, does it? Never darken my doorstep again. Oh, please, this is insane. I've been set up. I'm innocent, I tell you. Mr. Hutchins, wait. I am on my knees. I am begging you, please.
After taking everything into consideration, Dom's parents decided to cut him off from his own inheritance too. He was also made to sign legally binding documents to declare that he would keep his distance at all times from that point onwards. Pathetic, whining messages of apology were sent, but as would be expected, were ignored and he was blocked. His deeply repentant girlfriend also paid voluntary compensation for the trouble without such futile words of protest. I've heard she's also ceased communicating with him. Word of the sordid affair and breaking off of his engagement looks to have spread as far as his workplace. The office is awash with rumors of his antics, and they are a source of deep humiliation. Of course, no one had any clue that he had his eyes fixed on Dad's estate, so it came as a huge shock to everybody. I'm just so relieved that it all came to light before we were legally bound in marriage. Who knows what would have happened if things had gone that far?
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.